Hello, my name is Michelle and I'm going to be taking you through a yoga-inspired ab blast workout. So it is going to be a quicker workout, but it will be affected. You'll see some yoga-inspired elements that are really targeted to work that core. This is a great one to add on, like maybe do it as a warm-up before one of the other shorter classes. So it's definitely meant to be layered with other classes. Or if you're just like, I just want to work my abs real quick, great for that too. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to get started standing and we're going to be in a wide position. So in yoga, we call this goddess pose. For those of you that are more Pilates people, second position. We're going to go ahead and sink right down into it. And we're just going to lengthen up. So just do a couple of little squats. Just get used to the position. Hands to the hips here. Just do a couple more. Nice. We're going to hold this next one. We're going to bring those arms behind the head and we're going to open the elbows out wide. So they're going to try to come in. So try to keep them nice and open. We're going to go side to side. So trying to get the elbow toward the thigh. We want to keep the legs quiet. So trying not to move the lower body at all. Just moving that upper body side to side. So we're going to be here a little bit longer. So we're going to do 8 more of these, working those obliques. So it's squeeze, 6, 5, good, 4, belly in, 3, 2, 1, come back to center and slowly straighten the legs, relax the arms. Very nice. Coming back into that squat, we're gonna go back into the squat, arms back behind the head. We're gonna twist toward the right, come back to center. Same side, twist toward the right, come back to center. Feeling the legs a little bit, twist toward the right. Might as well, back to center. Last one, twist toward the right, back to center, to the left, left, back to center. Feel it here, left, back to center. Keep the tail tucked, left, back to center, elbows wide, left, back to center, release, take it down. Excellent. One more thing here in our goddess position. We're going to go ahead and combine the two. So we're going to bring it down, sink it down. We're going to go side to side, come up, twist, center, twist, center. Side to side, come up, twist, center. We're going to start with the left. So left, right, and twist, center. Keep that squat. One more, side to side, twist, center, twist, center. Go ahead and come up. Excellent work. From here, we're going to go turn to the right. We're going to come into what we call the crescent lunge here in yoga. Coming into a crescent lunge. We're going to bring those arms out like wings, and we're going to take the left elbow on top of the right elbow, bind the elbows, bind the hands into your eagle arms here. Get a nice deep lunge. We're going to inhale, take a little arch in the back. So think kind of like cow pose. Exhale, forehead to the forearms and round. So kind of like cow pose here. All the while we're in that lunge. Exhale, around. Good. We inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Pull that belly in. Feel the abs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Last one here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round and hold. We're going to do little pulses for 8, 7. Just squeeze the elbows in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach up, and straighten those legs. Switching sides. Going to the other side, left foot in front. So doing 5 of the full sequence, and then we'll do the little pulses where you just kind of squeeze and contract. Arms out like wings again. Right elbow on top of the left. Bind the elbows, interlace the hands. Nice long lunge here. And we inhale and exhale, forehead to the forearms. Crunch. Inhale, lift. It doesn't look like much, but it's definitely doing quite a bit. Legs are working too. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. 2 more. Inhale, lift. It's okay if you wobble, just means you're working. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, crunch. Forehead to the forearms. Hold little pulses. 8, 7. So just belly to elbows. 4, 3. Contract. 2, 1. Lifting it up and coming out of it. Excellent work. All right, so we're going to come into a little bit of a downward dog kind of inspired ab series here. And this is a blast, so once again, we're getting right into it. We're going to come into downward dog. So palms are flat on the earth, fingertips spread wide. Got the feet underneath the hips, about hip width apart, press the chest back, maybe holding that downward dog here for a second. From this position, you may have to lengthen the feet back a little longer for this. You're going to inhale to a plank pose, exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale to a plank pose, shoulders on top of the wrists. Exhale, downward facing dog. We've got 8 of those. So here comes 3. Keep that belly in tight the whole time. Exhale, downward dog. Make sure you breathe. Inhale, this is 4. Exhale, downward dog. We have 4 more. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale to plank. Nice and controlled. 2 more of these. Inhale to plank. Good. Exhale, downward dog. Last one. Inhale to plank. Hold your plank position here. We're going to lower to the forearms and then back up on the hands. Nice and slow. Try to keep the hips pretty level. Left forearm leads. Back up on the hands. Let's do 1 more each side. Right forearm leads. Back up on the hands. Left forearm leads. Back up on the hands. Good. Coming all the way down to the forearms. Coming into a forearm plank. We're going to do the same thing we just did, but on the forearms. So it's more like your dolphin pose. So we might have to scoot the feet up. You're going to pitch into your dolphin, forearm plank. Dolphin. This is going to be a little more shoulder heavy. Plank. Dolphin. Do what you can. Plank. Belly in. Dolphin. Plank. 4 more. 4. You got it. Breathe it out here. 2. Or that was 3. Sorry about that. This is 2. 2. Good. Last one. 1. Hold that forearm plank side to side with the hips. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees down and take a child's pose here for a moment. Nice work. Good job. Breathe. All right. So this is a nice one too because you get a little bit of that cardio work in there along with the abs. So we're going to get back into that downward dog. You're going to get a little upper body too. You're going to get back into that downward dog. And you can revert back to the downward dog to plank. Otherwise, we're going to advance and we're going to come through plank into kind of like a pseudo upward dog. So my toes are tucked under and my knees are lifted. Back to downward dog. So you can always hit that plank instead. So upward kind of dog here. Downward dog. Good. We'll do 8 of those. 3. This might be too much on the back. So revert back to plank. 4. Squeeze those abs to lift. You should definitely feel it. 5. So we got 3 more here. 6. Chest open and back. 7. And back. Last one. 8. And back. Excellent. Taking a moment here, maybe take a little child's pose, get off the wrists for a second, roll them out. 1 more series in downward dog. We're going to be doing kind of like the knee to elbow crunch series. It's a pretty common ab work, what we do in yoga. Very effective, which is why we do it so much. So we're going to get going with that. Coming back into downward dog, take a break and come back to it if you need it. I know it can be kind of wrist heavy. So we're going to take that right leg behind you and the right knee is going to go to the right elbow and then back up. Right knee to the elbow and back up. Knee to elbow and back up. Last one, knee to right elbow and come up. Right knee to left elbow and come up. We got 4 of those. Left elbow and come up. 2 more. Squeeze that belly around the spine. Last one. Left elbow. 4 knee to nose and hold, and back, knee to nose, and back. 2 more, get it up there, and back. Last one, up, and back, release, take the knees down, roll out the wrists a little bit. Excellent. All right, let's get that other side going there, and then we'll be done with our downward dog series. So going back into downward dog, left leg is lifted, left knee to the left elbow, so it starts off kind of easier and it progresses. Left elbow and back. Keep those abs squeezing and back. 1 more. There and back. Got the left knee to the right elbow, and back. Left knee, right elbow, and back. You got it. 2 more. Elbow, and back. Last one. To the elbow, and back. Knee to nose, and back. Maybe you do half the amount. Knee to nose, and back. Last 2. Knee to nose, and back. Last one. Knee to nose, and back. Lower it down. Child's pose. Take a rest. Roll out the wrists. Maybe give them a little stretch out. Turn the fingertips towards you there. Good. That'll get your heart rate up. Come to find out. Good. Shake it out. Let's go ahead and come onto our sit bones here. So I'm going to turn and face this way. So we're going to be doing a boat pose series. So if you're familiar with Pilates, boat pose and teaser are pretty much one and the same. So we're going to be working out of that boat pose. So as far as the boat pose go, it's going to be balancing on the sits bones. If you need to hold the back of the hamstrings, that's totally fine. You can also bring the hands behind you. More advanced, we're going to bring them out in front. So choosing whichever you'd like, take your breaks. It can be a lot on the hip flexors. So just stick with it. The more you do it, the better you get. So keep that in mind. Let's do this. We're going to lean back onto the sits bones. We're going to lift up. Go ahead and flex the feet here for a second. Just hold. Notice what's going on. Get the position. Point the toes. We're going to reach in front of you, tap the toes, and bring it back. So it's okay to lean back a little bit. Reach. Feel those lower abs. And back. Oh, yeah. Reach. And back. Good. That's 4. And back. Let's do 8. So this could be a lot on the hip flexor, so don't do as much. Just hold it in between. Maybe skip a rep. Good. We got 2 more. Reach forward and back. Last one. Reach and back. From here, we're going to lower into a canoe. That's a boat. Keep the chin tucked, gazing at the belly. We're going to lift back up to boat pose. Do your best. Good. Lower. Gazing at the belly. Lift up into boat pose. If you're a little more advanced, you might be able to come up into your full boat pose for these next 2, so I'll give it a go. You can come up straight legs, okay? Maybe. Coming back. Coming up. We're going to hold the canoe on this next one. Hold that canoe, gazing at the abs, and pedal the feet for 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. You got a 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up to boat pose. Oh my goodness. And come forward. Very nice work. Very effective ab work there in that boat pose teaser situation. Just hang out. Woo. Good. Excellent work. All right. So from here, coming on to the back, we're going to do some yogi bicycles. So we're going to lower all the way down here. So the yogi bicycles are a lot like pretty much any bicycle ab work. We just call them yogi bicycles. We're going to do them a little bit more controlled than they might typically be. So just keep an eye on me. Keep your ears open. So coming into like that tabletop position, elbows are behind the head. We're going to take the left elbow to the right thigh and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, ooh, shaking, 2, 1, and switch for 8, 7, 6, point or flex the feet up to you, 3, 2, 1, and we switch for 4, 3, 2, 1, we switch for 4, get that elbow to the thigh, 2, 1, we switch for 1, 2, we switch for 1, 2, we switch for 1, 1, 1, 1, release. All right, let's do that again, but starting on the left, okay? Very effective series, works that obliques, works the abs. Coming up into it, here we go. Right elbow to left thigh for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We switch for 8, 7, 6, 5. Hold it, you got it. 3, 2, 1. We switch for 4, 3, 2, 1. We switch for 4, 3, 2, 1. We switch for 1, 2. We switch for 1, 2. We switch for 1, 1, 1, 1, and release. Hug the knees in. Great work. Nice, effective series here. Good. All right. So Our next ab series, it's gonna be the last thing we're gonna do. This may be a little bit too challenging for some of you, so I'm gonna show you a modification. So the full thing we're gonna do is gonna be having our arms to the side, bringing our legs up. We're gonna come up and over, kind of into that plow pose, and we're gonna lower down one vertebrae at a time, really working that spine articulation and ab work, okay? If that is not gonna work for you, what I want you to do is do kind of more like you're gonna lower down halfway and then squeeze and lift up. So do more of just like the little ab lifts, more so, or even if you can lift up like a tiny bit and lower down, that's fine too. But if we're not wanting to do any of that big back stretches, like I wouldn't recommend it for anyone that has any disc issues or really any back issues, probably not gonna wanna roll back like that. So just go for like real slow lowers and lifts here, trying to keep the back flat. That's fine. It's gonna work. It's gonna work the low abs too. For you, those of you with those issues, you probably shouldn't be working hardcore spine articulation anyway, so I'm not so worried about that. So you guys will just focus on your low abs. The other ones of us, we're gonna do 4 of these. We got it. Bringing those legs up, arms to the sides, lift up and over as best you can. We'll lower down, one vertebrae at a time. Those of you not doing this, lowering and lifting just the legs and back. So everyone takes a break, and then we get back into it. Lift up and back. Anchor the arms down. Spine articulation. Take your time. Take your time. Feel the abs are going to start to give out. Don't let them do it. Good. Everyone takes a break, and we jump back into it. So maybe you leg lifting people get about maybe 4 in while we're doing this, 4 to 6. Slow, 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 slow. Nice. Last one. These are tough. You got this. Final stretch. Get it back there. And then we lower. Lower. So the further back you go, probably the more articulation you're going to have on the way down. Yay! And everyone give yourself a big hug and a squeeze. Let's stretch out our abs. Excellent work blasting those abs. Go ahead and come on up to a seated position. We're going to come onto our belly. We're going to do a little bit of cobras here. So we're going to start with a low cobra, and then those of us that need to stay there can totally stay there. So the thumbs at the chest, roll the shoulders back, squeeze the elbows in, tops of the feet are planted on the earth. We're gonna lift up using our back muscles only. So don't press into the arms yet. Just think about lifting up using your back muscles. And then we'll slowly lower down. Let's do 3 more of those. Lift up using the back muscles, so we're stretching the front, strengthening the back. Lower, 2 more. Lift, squeeze those elbows in. Hands are light and lower. Last one. Lifting up and lowering down. Very nice. So for those of us that need to stay here, you're going to stay in a nice low cobra. Those of us that can come up a little higher, now you can use the hands and you can be somewhere in between a couple of the things I just did. So we're just stretching out those abs here. Nice stretch. Maybe your gaze is slightly up. Not much though. Good. Pressing back to a child's pose. We're going to come into a seated position here. So coming into a seated position, let's go ahead and take the legs out wide, and we're just going to stretch the side body here, stretch the abs, reach, and then up and over. We did some oblique work there, so that might feel kind of nice. Just reach side to side, make it feel good. Never hurts you to do extra side bending either. 1 more each side. Breathe. Good work. Last one. Taking the fingertips behind you. Fingertips are going to face you when they're behind you. And just press that chest forward. Gazing up slightly, maybe stretch the belly. Good. Coming back to center. Crossing the legs. Let's all take a breath together to end it. Reach up, inhale. And exhale, hands down. Excellent work. Thank you for joining me for that quick little ab blast. Definitely yoga inspired. I hope to see you again for more of these short videos, and I hope it works out to combine it with some other ones for you. Thanks again. Have a great day.